Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Electric Bison. This week, the second week in June, the lobbying in Congress with regard to the Sentinel missile modernization program and the Golden Dome in the committees of the House and the Senate is extremely intense. It's, in a nutshell, the Golden Dome. The number that was submitted with that by the Defense Department and the White House is much smaller than what the Congressional Budget Office, which is bipartisan, is saying it's going to cost over a 10-year, 20-year period. The White House said it would cost about $180 billion, the Golden Dome, and they don't have a very clear architecture, but the people at the Congressional Budget Office are now saying with their most recent report that the Golden Dome will cost at least $1.2 trillion. And 70% of that has to do with the launch vehicles to put low Earth satellites into orbit, low Earth orbit satellites into space. And that's SpaceX and a couple other companies. But the thing with those launch vehicles is they have to be sent up about every 5 years to replace 7,800 satellites, which is a huge acquisition cost. And that's driving a big piece of the $1.2 trillion estimate from the Congressional Budget Office. The rest has to do with sensors on the ground and some anti-missile or anti-aircraft type defenses for key facilities on the ground. But the number is very large, 1.2 trillion. Over 20 years and over 500 billion over 10 years. Meanwhile, it appears that the different congresspersons feel that the Sentinel program, the modernization program, is like the first step in Golden Dome. That's the way they're talking to each other about it. And instead of being the small number that was initially expected to be, it violated the Nunn-McCurdy Act, and there had to be a special study. And now instead of the missiles costing, the new missiles costing around 120 million apiece, they're up around 170 million apiece. The program expected cost over and above what's been spent already is around $190 billion. And that's spiking the cost of the entire nuclear triad, which is needing money all through it. So if you add the 190 billion over 10 years, and it's much higher over 20 years, to the 1.2, to the 500 billion or 1.2 trillion, we're talking some serious money here. So near as I can tell, the heavy lobbying and campaign contributions have already taken place with regard to the Sentinel missile program. The numbers are extraordinarily high, but some of the key companies that will make money off of the Sentinel modernization, Honeywell, Lockheed Martin, those kind of companies, they've all spent roughly $19 million apiece lobbying Congress, and then the numbers of what they spend on the campaigns of the different congressional personalities, regardless of party, are quite high. I'll try to put those with this podcast. The thing about the Congressional Budget Office arguments or data on the Golden Dome is, number one, it's bipartisan. The staff is hired, they're bipartisan, they're professionals. They're not trying to grind any political axes, and they're trying to give the legislators an honest assessment of what things are going to cost. But they're saying that even with the 1.2 trillion, the number's probably going to be low, because they're saying it looks to them like the Golden Dome won't protect America. It'll be easy to puncture it with the technologies that are in hand or are soon to be in hand from our possible threats. And they're saying that the architecture is very soft, and that because of that, they expect the cost to go up even higher. So it's pretty dicey right now. It's kind of like chicken. Who's going to blink first. Most of the key legislators are Republicans. And we'll just have to keep watching to see who gives first. But the numbers are really high if you're concerned about budget impacts. Between the two of those, we're talking $1.5 trillion over the next 20 years for the two together, unless somebody can start using their heads and figure out a better way. Meanwhile, the White House is saying no. Their estimates in the range of 190 million, 190 billion are the way to go. I don't believe it. So stay tuned. Thanks.